This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Emergency crews were called this evening to a gas station in West Fargo after a vehicle slammed into the building. In this video, you can see how the vehicle left behind a big hole in part of the building. The accident happened around 6:45 p.m. at the Petrol-Serve gas station in the 200 block of Main Avenue. Currently, no word on any injuries or what caused the SUV to crash into the building. And 2 people were seriously hurt in a crash this evening near the Grand Forks Airport. A GFPD report states the driver of an SUV failed to yield at a stop sign before driving through the intersection of Highway 2 and 17th Street Northeast, resulting in a T-bone collision with the pickup truck which was traveling along the highway. Both the driver and a passenger of the SUV were taken to a local hospital to be treated for serious injuries. The driver of the pickup only suffered minor injuries. And 1 person is recovering tonight after getting burned in a kitchen fire at an apartment in Grand Forks. Fire crews say they were called a little after 9:30 this morning for a report of heavy smoke coming from the 3rd floor. When they arrived, firefighters found the smoke but no active fire as the flames were put out before they got there. The fire caused minor damage to the kitchen cabinets and the smoke was eventually cleared. How the fire got started is still unknown, but GFD says it appears to be unintentional. A semi hauling a trailer loaded with pork went up in flames early this morning in Fargo. The fire happened shortly after 5 a.m. on I-29 near 13th Avenue South. Authorities say the fire was contained to just the trailer, resulting in a total loss of the load. No injuries were reported and the cause of the fire is still unknown at this time. Tomorrow, the Fargo City Commission will be discussing whether to keep the current mask-wearing mandate for employees. The temporary COVID-19 policy requiring employees to wear a mask in all city buildings is set to expire on December 1st. City Commission will be meeting tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the Commission chambers. And an ordinance to possibly adopt the city's first ever police advisory and oversight board will be going before the City Commission tomorrow for a final vote. The board would be made up of 7 members tasked with duties, including reviewing use of force investigations. FPD has stated the need to create the board stems from requests from the community, as trust and relations between police and the community have become especially strained throughout the last year. There could soon be fallout for former President Trump's White House chief of staff who defied a congressional subpoena. The House committee investigating the January 6th insurrection will make a decision this week on whether it will refer Mark Meadows for criminal contempt charges. California Democratic Representative Adam Schiff says there are also other more important issues in investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
I will say this, I think among the most important questions that we're investigating is the complete role of the former president. That is, what did he know in advance about the propensity for violence that day? Was this essentially the backup plan for the failed litigation around the country? Was this something that was anticipated? How was it funded? What did the funders know about what was likely to happen that day? And what was the president's response as the attack was going on, as his own vice president was being threatened?
Schiff also suggested he would like for the Department of Justice to be more aggressive in investigating Trump's effort to overturn the election in certain states such as Georgia. And Representative Adam Schiff isn't the only one calling for a further investigation into former President Donald Trump. Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen is asking New York authorities to speed up their investigations into the former president. Cohen said he believes he provided investigators with enough testimony and evidence to result in an indictment for Trump, members of his family, and close allies.
Most importantly, what I gave to them are thousands and thousands of documents. And as you know, in law, there's something called documentary evidence. I'm not asking anybody to believe me. No different than when I testified before the House Oversight Committee. Every statement that I make, I've backed up with documentary evidence. I truly believe that they could indict Donald Trump tomorrow if they really wanted.
In 2018, Cohen pleaded guilty to federal crimes, including campaign finance violations for helping pay off 2 women who threatened to go public with past alleged affairs, which Trump denies. Cohen was released from his 3-year prison sentence last week. Concerns about Omicron, a new COVID-19 variant, has the U.S. taken action. The Biden White House's restrictions on foreign travelers from South Africa and 7 other countries go into effect tomorrow. And health officials hope this will give the U.S. more time to learn as much as possible about the strain.
As millions of Americans prepare for the end of the year holidays, research is being done on Omicron, which was found in at least a dozen countries abroad.
Started hearing about this new variant, I think of Thursday, and then we woke up on Friday. There's all these new restrictions. It looked much more serious, so we were concerned if we were going to be able to come back home.
Though the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says Omicron cases haven't been confirmed in the U.S. yet,
it's almost definitely here already. Just looking at the number of cases coming off planes this weekend, it's almost a certainty that there have been cases that have gotten into the United States.
Health officials say Omicron could spread more rapidly than other strains.
It has a bunch of mutations, a disturbingly large number of mutations in the spike protein, which is the business end of the virus, which really binds.
In the meantime, Americans are advised to protect themselves from the potential threat.
Vaccines work. We have a new variant. There's going to continue to be new variants in the future. Medicines are better now than they have been. But I think the president was wrong with his mandate.
We obviously have to have more information, but let's take this window to get better prepared by increasing our vaccination rates.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Moderna's chief medical officer spoke today about the possibility of another vaccine to fight against the new COVID-19 variant, Omicron. Dr. Paul Burton says it will take a couple of weeks to know whether current vaccines can protect against the new strain. But he says if a new vaccine is needed, it's going to take some time.
If we have to make a brand new vaccine, I think that's going to be early 2022 before that's really going to be available in large quantities.
Burton also says the new strain is a, quote, dangerous looking virus, but he's optimistic they can fight it. President Joe Biden is keeping a close eye on the Omicron variant as he met today with his COVID-19 team. But along with the pandemic, President Biden is also dealing with a looming deadline. As of now, the government is only funded through Friday after Congress passed a short-term measure back in October. And last week, the Treasury Secretary warned that the federal government will not be able to honor its financial commitments after the 15th unless Congress votes to raise or suspend the debt limit. Republicans have repeatedly said they will not support that. The president plans to travel to Minnesota on Tuesday to promote his $1 trillion infrastructure package, but he's still working to convince moderate Democratic senators to pass his social spending package. Down Home is helping families emerging from homelessness, and many of those families gathered today in Moorhead to spread some holiday cheer. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling caught up with one family that is thankful for the help.
We were homeless. We lived in a truck, bouncing from couch to couch with our kids. Well, at the time we only had our son Terrence, but it got to the breaking point where we're like, we just need help.
Terrence Wren and Melody Kendall are one of the many families that have been helped out by Down Home, an organization that was founded in 2018 and aims at helping families emerge from homelessness. Today, several of those families came together as a chance to celebrate the holidays and reconnect with numerous individuals that the organization has helped.
And Down Home, they try to do as much as they can for as many people as they can. So it's wonderful to know that they do these events to help people out further.
Melody says that it's not just the generosity, but it is also the little things.
Furniture isn't just it. Birthdays, just reaching out to see if we're okay and all that stuff.
For both Terrence and Melody, receiving the kindness from Down Home inspired them to do the same, starting their own group called We Are Human.
Made me want to get up and start giving back myself, so I even started an organization called We Are Human to spread love, unity, and positivity with everybody state to state.
The executive director for Down Home has seen the project from its humble beginnings and hopes to see the cycle of poverty broken.
So I look forward to the day when there's someone that comes back, like you said, 20 years from now, to say, you helped my family and look where we are now today.
But in the end, it means more than words could explain for Terrence and his family, as both he and Melody grew up as foster kids.
It means more to me than just words or the furniture at all. You know, it really was, it touched me more than anything that they will ever know. You know, even me crying right here, right now, they still won't know how much it means to me. So I love it, man. I love everything that they've done, and it's been a lot to our family.
In Moorhead, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, Miss North Dakota gets a special send-off as she prepares to compete in the 100th anniversary of Miss America. But first, Summer has the latest on snow and freezing rain possible overnight, so be sure to stick around.